Hello magic lovers and welcome back to another tutorial. I have an awesome trick for you today. This is something that I've been thinking about for a while. It's been toying around my head. I've been trying to work things out. It's one of those interesting effects and I've been thinking about ways to accomplish it. And there are a great many ways to accomplish this type of effect, but I wanted to come up with something that I felt was accessible to everyone. And was fooling. Not only that, but with a little bit of practice, I think just about anybody can accomplish this effect. So without further ado, we'll get into it, right? Of course, we can't do anything without shuffling the deck a little bit. And we'll give it a cut for a good measure after the shuffle. Now, here's what we're gonna do. We have somebody name a card. Somebody name literally any random card they want after the deck's been shuffled. So let's say the spectator chooses the 10 of hearts, for example. This is what's going to happen. I'm going to blindfold myself. So I'll go ahead and blindfold myself. And yes, this is a #1 headband. And I am truly blindfolding myself. And I'm going to try to attempt to find their card. So let's go ahead and go for it. And I'm just gonna get a feeling. There's gonna be a point where I'm gonna get a feeling where your card is. I don't know where it is. I can't see a thing. So hopefully this works. I think no. I think there. I'm gonna say there. I got the feeling that your card is right there. Now let's think back to everything that's happened. The cards were shuffled. The cards were cut. The cards were in a random order. Then I asked the spectator to name a random card, which they said in this particular case, the 10 of hearts. Wouldn't it be amazing if I dealt down blindfolded exactly to the 10 of hearts? Now let's learn how that's done. All right, so what is going on here in this trick? Let's walk back for a second here and think about everything that happened. So the cards are pulled out, the cards are shuffled, the cards are cut even. Then you have the spectator name any card freely. And you then deal down, blindfolded at that, to the freely named card. What's going on here? How is this trick accomplished? Well, for viewers of my channel, you probably know that a lot of times I like to do magic trick with a deck that's stacked, right? So let's take a look at this. But you say that doesn't look like it's a stacked deck. And not only that, but you shuffle the cards. Well, we're gonna learn a couple of unique things here today. We're gonna learn how to do a full false shuffle, for a full deck false shuffle, excuse me. We're going to learn another little secret that allows you to cut the cards, legitimately cut the cards, and not actually cut the cards. And I'll go into a little bit more detail there. But this is called the Bret Harding stack. And it actually works on a mathematical principle that allows you to locate every single card. And we're going to go through that also. So first, I think we should go over, let's go over the stack first, because I think that's most important, the fundamental of how the trick is accomplished. So if you're familiar with chased order, that's clubs, hearts, spades, diamonds. Chased. Clubs, hearts, spades, diamonds. CHSD. D. Chased order in like new deck order. So that'd be ace to king, ace to king, ace to king, ace to king is all you really need to know to accomplish this effect. And I'm actually going to tell you a little shortcut that I learned that makes it even easier to locate any card. And I'll give you a couple of examples. So in the trick, we use the 10 of hearts. So in chased order, it's clubs, hearts, spades, diamonds. So clubs is going to be 1 to 13, ace to king. And then 14 is going to be ace of hearts and so on and so forth. And I'm going to actually display the stack down here at the bottom the entire time of this tutorial so you can see how everything works. I'm going to put a demonstration that I made for you right here. And you'll be able to see that clubs is +0. Hearts is +13, spades is +26, and diamonds is +39. So no matter what they name, it's going to be plus whatever the suit is. So if it's clubs, for example, and somebody says, let's say somebody says 10 of clubs, it's going to be +0. So you're going to be using the number 10. 10 of clubs actually happens to be the first card in the deck. See? And what you're doing is you're taking the numbers and you're reversing them. So, for example, like we did in our example, the 10 of hearts. If you remember, hearts is +13. So 10 plus 13 is what? 23. You reverse the 2 and the 3, you get 32. Instantly know that the 32nd card is the 10 of hearts. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32. The 10 of hearts. So there's a couple of other principles that you need to learn. There's going to be some cards that are going to, like, for example, 26. Like, if we're talking about the 26th card, which would be the King of Hearts, for example, in our mental stack, right? The King of Hearts is going to be 26, right? So if you reverse those, you get 62. But beat on the magician, you say. There are not 62 cards, and you are correct. So the mathematical formula that you're going to be doing in your head is very simple. You're going to be doing, instead of 26, reverse 62, you're going to have 6 minus 5, you get 1, right? And then you have 2 plus 5, which is 7. So then you get 17. So the King of Hearts is in the 17th position. 17. Whammo. So they all work like that, except for 2 cards. And they're early on in the beginning. For some reason, mathematically speaking, they actually do not work. And those 2 cards that you have to remember, very simple, the 6 of clubs and the 7 of clubs. Every single other card works out mathematically perfectly. So that part of it is pretty simple. When I first learned this stack, I was trying to do a bunch of different things, and I realized that as long as you do the +0, clubs is +0, hearts is +13, spades is +26, and diamonds is +39. If you remember that, you can do simple basic math. You're gonna have one hell of a stack here for you. So let's try it in a real world exercise type of thing. So my favorite card is the 2 of hearts, as some of you know. I don't know if you can see that. So let's say somebody says the 2 of hearts. It's pretty random. So in the stack, you have to think about in your mental stack, which I'm going to put down below. And then later at the end of the video, I'm going to put the entire Bret Harding stack, because you actually need that to get them in order. So for this example, let's go ahead and use that two of hearts. So somebody names the two of hearts. Okay. Well, we remember that the hearts is plus 13. So 13 plus 2, 15. That's 1 and 5. You reverse them and you get 51. Pretty simple, right? 52, 51. Okay, let's say in our next example, someone says the 4 of spades. Well, we know that spades are plus 26. So 26 plus 4 is 30. You have 3 and you have 0. You reverse them and you get 0, 3. Well, that means that the 4 of spades is in the third position. That's 1, 2, 3. And it's just that simple. All right, now for the up close and personal sleight of hand type of stuff. Come over here. So, how can we false shuffle the full deck? Well, I'm going to show you one of my favorite ways and one of my favorite methods. And I'm going to go over it pretty slow so you can see. Also, there's a hidden way to cut, and I'll also be going over that as well. Let's say you have the entire deck in stack perfectly. And speaking of stack, let me just show you how great this stack is. I mean, nobody is going to look at that and think that that's a stack. It just looks so random. So if you didn't want to shuffle the cards and you just pulled them out and showed these cards, look how random they are, nobody's going to think the wiser. But if you want to learn an awesome full deck false shuffle, let's get into it. So check this out. You cut half the cards just like this, and then you peel off 5 singles. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You then drop the cards down just like so. Now, when I drop them down, there's still a little bit of a break here. So what I'm doing is I'm coming here and I'm pushing up, separating to the 2 piles, right? Lifting this pile up and doing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and setting everything on top. Everything is still in perfect order. So I know that probably didn't look that convincing, but at speed, it actually looks pretty good. Just like that. And there you go. Everything is still in perfect order. Every single card. Now that's going to take a little bit of practice. But one of the other cool features that I kind of snuck in there on you is the ability to also genuinely cut the cards. Now I'm being completely serious. You can actually cut the cards genuinely to the table, just like that, without the cards changing order. Very fooling, right? I think this is probably one of my favorite methods. Because if this was, for example, if this was a crimp card, you would see it. And I don't like destroying my cards. That's just me. Personally, I like to keep my cards in good condition. If this was, you know, there's various things. If I was to bend the cards, crimp the cards, make a breather crimp, X breather crimp, whatever you like to call it, it can be quite noticeable. But if I were to cut these cards, for example, right here, you don't see any type of crimp in them, right? They look pretty natural, pretty normal, but they're not 100% normal. They are, well, right back in order. And what this is a big secret, and I don't actually want to tell you, but I'm going to go ahead and do it. The top card is, drum roll, it's a card that's swapped out with the stripper deck. So you actually can't strip the card out because the rest of the deck is a normal deck, but I'm going to show you now a close-up view so you can see how this works. And we'll go over that false shuffle one more time just for good measure, but let's switch now. So as I give you a close-up view, if you were to square up the cards perfectly, you'll see that there's actually the smallest amount of card missing there. And pro tip, if you buy the professional stripper deck from Bicycle themselves, you will get probably one of the best made stripper decks in the Magic community. That's just a little pro tip there. And also, I mean, just look at that. Look how little is taken off, and nobody's ever going to notice that, ever. So as you cut the cards here, boom, down onto the table, that looked awesome. Nobody's going to say, hey, that wasn't a real cut, right? And you can't even notice it. Like if I was to turn the deck here to the side, nobody's going to notice at all that there's anything funny going on there. But as soon as I square up, you can see there's a slight indentation in the card there. And that actually allows you to pick up directly right at that card. I like to personally just pick up right there. Right? I come in here with the thumb and you can just see exactly where you're cutting to. It takes a little bit of practice, and sometimes it's easy to pick up exactly at that point. Sometimes you'll pick up a little bit under it. So that's why I like to kind of just pick up right here where I can kind of see the cards. When you hold it to the side a little bit, it kind of opens up, and boom, you're able to cut directly to that card. And that's it. It's just one card swapped out as stripper deck. So for example, if you were to buy a couple stripper decks and you use one just to have a bunch of cut cards like this, nobody will ever know. And I mean, in terms of a key card, or, you know, there's so many principles that can utilize this, and it is genius. So I also want to take this opportunity to go over that false shuffle one more time, because I know it can be a little bit difficult at first. And actually, this is a variation with, well, the original version was used with an out jog, and I realized it's really not even necessary. If you have got good control of the cards, it's really not necessary. So I want to get nice up and close. You're going to cut the cards about half, peel off 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, put the rest on top. And as I'm throwing these here, right, I'm going to throw them here. I'm just throwing them a little off center. Like, that's a little bit exaggerated, but all you have to do is pick up the rest of the cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Throw the rest on top. And once you practice this for a while, and you'll see at speed, it actually looks pretty great. Oh, and Magic lovers, before I forget, I will leave a link in the description below to a little bit of literature explaining exactly how the Bret Harding system works. If there's anything that I didn't cover in this tutorial to explain it, it will be in that link. You can go ahead and save it. It's a Google Drive link. It won't not include the what I told you, the +0, +13, +26, and +39 bit of it, which is very important. So I'm going to post that on the screen now. Save that, take a screenshot, write it down, because that is a game changer when it comes to this stack. That is what allows you to recall or do the math so fast that nobody's going to figure out how you're doing this trick. That being said, if you guys have any questions, comments, concerns, let me know and I will address it in another video. Thanks. All right, Magic lovers, that is the effect that I had for you today. I call this photographic memory, or I don't know, I'm kind of up in the air with what I want to call it. Something to do with memory, or, you know, psychic sight or something like that. But anyway, I hope you really enjoyed this effect. If you did, give me a like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you thought in the comment section. Also, blindfolds are not included with the tutorial. All right, well, hope you enjoyed, and have a great day.
Magic lovers, don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe.